So these are more quotations from the book Jodo Shinshu Handbook for Laymen. And this is a book that I got back in the day when I first became turned on to Shin Buddhism. And I've underlined a number of sentences and phrases in here. And so those are the ones that I'm essentially reciting and hoping that they have meaning for you. In Jodo Shinshu, a person who lives a sincere religious life is said to have received pure faith, or shinjin. Through faith in the primal vow and the saying of the Nembutsu, one attains Buddhahood. Therefore, we must be awakened to Buddha's great compassion as soon as we can, and saying the Nembutsu in gratitude, live with courage and faith. The Nembutsu follower attains birth in the Pure Land by virtue of the pure faith, which is the cause given to him by Amida Buddha. For this reason, the Pure Land is the joyful realm, which is the result, where all those with faith shall meet. We must realize that out of deep concern and compassion, the Tathagata does not abandon the non-believer, but uses every opportunity to awaken him or her to the need of putting his faith in Amida Buddha. Buddha is awakened to the Dharma and constantly works to save and lead the sentients to enlightenment. Those with pure faith will be born in the Pure Land at the moment of death by the working of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, and will enjoy the same enlightenment as the Buddhas. Buddha's compassion embraces all of us at all times. Within this world of dreams and delusions, awaken we must to the frailty of life. Shinran Shonin wrote, "A true follower of the Buddha is he who accepts and has pure faith in the teaching of Buddha. He puts his roots deeply into the earth of Amida Buddha's compassion and lives his life with absolute, unfaltering diamond faith. He is assured of realizing birth in the Pure Land and attainment of Buddhahood." The more we listen to the teaching, the more we realize our own ignorance. When we reflect upon ourselves in the light of Buddha's wisdom, we become aware of our lowly and ignorant nature. And by listening to the teaching, we will inwardly appreciate the great benevolence and compassion of Amida Buddha, and outwardly live with gratitude for the life made possible for us by everyone. Simply stated, the Nembutsu follower lives in the awareness that his livelihood is made possible through the favors of others. Therefore, he lives in gratitude and in strength. Regardless of whether the conditions of life are good or bad, he is able to face life squarely with calm and serenity. And blessed by the wisdom of pure faith, the sorrows and sufferings awaken him to the fullest realization of Amida Buddha's great compassion. In Jodo Shinshu, to listen to the Dharma means to receive the virtue and beneficence of Amida Buddha. From this experience, ego consciousness is destroyed, and the former arrogance in his mind, underlined by the thought, "I have to live by my own strength," is changed to that of, "I am able to give thanks to the efforts and concerns of others." Thus, the joy of living in the working of Buddha's compassion fills one with spiritual strength and makes him devote himself to helping others to live a meaningful life. It is important to be honest, not by vacillating to the deeds of others, but by asking the question of oneself and learning from the Buddha Dharma the law of causation that says, "Good begets happiness, evil begets suffering," which shows that eventually honesty is the best policy. There is no other teaching which takes a sharper look at the realities of life and a deeper look into the nature of human existence as Buddhism does. Our society is just filled with deceit and iniquity. We must not only hear the teachings, but also endeavor so that the Buddha Dharma will be more readily acceptable to all people. Other power is the power of Amida Buddha's primal vow, which gives deliverance to sentience. And self-power is the way by which one tries to become a Buddha by his own practices. However, the latter way to enlightenment is not for ordinary human beings. To say that other power is for the lazy and indolent clearly shows that the teaching of Jodo Shinshu is misunderstood. Both self-power and other power in Jodo Shinshu are not applied to man's means of livelihood. Other power means the solemn way to enlightenment for the sentients who otherwise cannot be born into the Pure Land. Please give this matter serious consideration as a personal problem.